So welcome back. So in the last video, we have understood about basics of what exactly is database and SQL. So in this video, let's set up the MySQL server in your system and let's start implementing the queries. Okay. So just go to, you can just search in Google as MySQL community server. Just search for MySQL community server in Google and open the very first link which says download MySQL community server. And here you have a couple of options like you have Windows installer, MSI installer, or you have a zip to install. You can start with the first. You can go with the MySQL installer MSI. You can click on this. And then you have here again a couple of options. You can click on the first one, that is the MSI installer, which will be installing this particular version. Okay. And just click on this. Then it will ask for login or sign up. Here you can just click on no thanks, just start my download. Okay. So now your SQL installation starts. So let's start. So now the installer has been downloaded and now you can just open this and start the installation. Okay. So now you can just click on run and it will start the installation. So once you have launched your installer, you'll be having this particular page where you'll be having multiple options like developer default, server only, client only, full and custom. So in this, you can select custom because we are doing a custom installation. We can select our own products. Click on next. And then you'll be having some products available to install. You can start with first MySQL server. And here you can click on this MySQL server. And here you have multiple versions. Of course, we can go with the latest version. And in this 8.0, we have multiple subversions. And in this, we can go with the latest version, that is 8.0.29. Means when I'm recording this particular video right now, the latest version is 8.0.29. So I'm installing this. I've selected this. So I have to click on this and click on this arrow mark and automatically this particular product will be selected for installation. Then we can go to applications. In these applications, you have multiple options like Visual Studio, Workbench, Shell and Router. We can go with Shell because mainly we'll be using Python. So we don't need any Workbench or any Visual Studio. So I'm selecting the Shell and I'm choosing it. Okay. So done. I've selected Microsoft Shell, the latest version again. And then I am going to MySQL connectors. Here in connectors, I'm having multiple options. So connectors is basically in order to connect your programming language to your MySQL, that is Python or any kind of software you have to connect with your Python, with your MySQL. So in this, I'm selecting connector as Python because we are working with Python. And here again, I'm going with the latest version of Python's connector. Okay. Then after that, I'll be selecting this one. That is, here you also have options of documentation. So by chance, if you want to download in documentation and view that, you can download this. So you can select the latest version of documentation also. I'm selecting the latest version of documentation. Along with the documentation, there are some samples and examples present for your further view purpose. Okay. So in this way, I'm selecting 5 options here. One is MySQL server, MySQL shell, connector, Python connector, and documentation and samples. So these are the 5 products I'm selecting. Once you've selected this particular products of latest version, you can just click on next. So now I have already downloaded these, all options are downloaded right now for me already. But for you, it starts with download. So click on execute here. Okay, click on execute. In my system it is getting installed, but in your system it will be getting downloaded. So it will take some time to download and install. So you can take a break, you can have a cup of coffee and come back, and we'll see after your installation is completed. So cool. My installations and downloads are completed, and right now it is complete. Now you can just click on next, and it will ask for product configuration. We have to configure our product, that is especially MySQL server. So let's click on next. So now in this particular product configuration, first thing is it will ask for the configuration type. Okay, so the development computer, or it's a server computer or dedicated computer. So you can select development computer because we are not creating any server or something like that. And here it will ask for the port. Let's give us a default port. This is a default port for MySQL, that is 3306. Let it be as it is. So let all the configurations in this particular page let be as it is. Just click on next. Next, it will ask for the authentication method with which type of authentication method you want to choose, whether you want to choose a password based encryption method or a simple legacy based authentication method, you can choose the strong password based authentication method and just click on next. And now it will be asking for the root password, and it will be asking for the password. So the thing guys here is you have to give the password and remember that particular password for sure, or else it will be difficult. I mean, you have to reconfigure again. So I'm just giving my password. So you also give your password and remember that particular password, because we'll be using that particular password itself for actually connecting to your Python to your database. Okay. So now after giving your password, just click on next. So this is a service name, MySQL 80. Let the other configuration be as it is. And now you just apply these configurations, whatever you have done, just click on execute and it'll be starting applying the configurations. Once it has started the applying the configuration, once it has done applying the configuration, it will automatically start the server and it will also apply the security settings, whatever we have given. Okay. So in this way, your MySQL has been successfully installed. Now you can just click on finish, and now your remaining things. This is the just basic configuration here. So you just click on, just give your password here. Cool, connection successful, and just execute it. Okay. This is the configuration for samples and examples, and it's optional. Yes. And finally, you're done with your both configurations of MySQL server and server say examples and examples. And just click on next, and your installation has been completed. Click on finish. So in this way, you have successfully completed your installation of MySQL server. So to verify the installation, you can just open MySQL command client. Basically, you'll be having this by default installed. Open this, and here you can enter your password, whatever you have given while configuring. Now you'll be getting this MySQL command line available to you. Now you can start running some queries here. So just run our basic query. Let's start with the first query, that is just seeing the databases. So you can just say show databases, and here we will be having some default databases available. So you can just say show databases here and give a semicolon, and it will be showing the list of databases available. So these are the default databases you'll be having in your database management system. As I already told you, you'll be having multiple databases in your single database management system, and here you have a default databases. So in this way, you have successfully installed your MySQL. Now let's start using your MySQL with your Python and do some hands-on.